Hello everyone and welcome to FreeCAD tutorials. In this tutorial we explain how to create gears and gear joints, or better to say gear assemblies, in FreeCAD. And here is the model that we will create. This model consists of three parts. Over here, if I rotate the complete model, you can see the base. And this base has these cylindrical supports. Here's the first one over here. And over here you can see the second one. On top of these cylindrical supports, I modeled and placed two gears. Here's the pinion, and here's the larger gear. And as you can see over here, this is an assembly. That is, as I try to rotate the pinion, you can see the rotational motion is transferred to the larger gear. Before we start with gear modeling, let's briefly revise the basic formulas that define the geometry of the gears. These formulas are very important since they will enable us to properly set the offsets and distances. Over here you can see a cross section of the gear assembly. The smaller gear is called as the pinion and the larger gear is simply called as the gear. Every gear has its center. The center of the pinion is this point over here denoted by C1, and the center of the larger gear is this point over here denoted by C2. R1 is the so-called pitch radius of the pinion, and similarly R2 is the pitch radius of the gear. This radius, that is R1, is the distance from the center C1 to this circle over here that passes through the middle of a tooth. Similarly, R2 is the distance from C2 to this circle over here that passes through the middle of a tooth. Number of teeth are denoted by Z1 and Z2 respectively. The gear ratio is defined as the ratio of Z2 over Z1. Then, there is one very important number that defines the geometry of gears. This number is the so-called gear module denoted by M. The user selects M as well as Z1, and then on the basis of the gear ratio, Z2 can be selected. Then, for selected M and for selected Z1 and Z2, we can calculate R1 and R2 by using these formulas. The distance S is obviously R1 plus R2, and this distance will be very important for modeling our gears. Later on, I will create a Python tutorial that will calculate R1 and R2 for the selected Z1, Z2, and M. Okay, let's start with modeling. Once you open FreeCAD, click on File and click on New. Then let's create the pinion. To do that, simply click on Part Design and click on Create Body. Then click on Body and let's create the 2D sketch of the gear. To do that, simply click again on Part Design and click on Involute Gear. And here we are. Here we need to select the number of teeth. This is Z1. I will select this as 10. Then I will keep the module and the pressure angle as they are. That is, we will not play with these parameters. And let's click on OK. Next, click over here and click here to extrude and set the extrusion distance to be 10 and click on OK. Next, let's create the hole such that the shaft of the support can be used. To do that, simply click on the body, then over here, expand and click on Create Sketch. Select the XY plane and click on OK. Then click on Close. Next, we need to assign the sketch to the top face of our gear. First of all, select the top face of the gear, then again click here and click on Attach Sketch. Then expand the menu and click on Sketch. That is, we are assigning this sketch to the top surface and click on OK. Once again OK, and then double click on Sketch, and here you are. Here currently you're at the top of the gear. So let's create the circle. Click here and click on Create Circle by Center, specify here and specify the radius to be 10. And do the right click, click on Close, and let's create the opening or the hole. To do that, simply click on Sketch, click here, and then over here specify 12 to be the distance and click on OK. And here we are. Now we have our pinion. Let's name or rename the body and let's call it as pinion. Do the right click and then over here click on rename and call it as pinion. Here we are. Next, let's click on named and let's create the gear. Again, part design, let's click on create body, and then let's do the right click and let's rename it as gear. And we need to repeat the procedure. So let's select the gear, then let's click on part design, click on involute gear. Here we are going to select Z2 to be 30. Leave these two parameters as they are, click on OK, then let's do the following. Now let's simply click on pinion and click over here to make it invisible, such that we can easily model. Go back to gear, then let's extrude, and here is the problem. You need to select the proper object. So click on gear and then click on the involute gear and then repeat this and specify the extrusion distance to be 10. And that's it. Next, let's create the opening. Simply select the gear, then click here, click on create sketch, then click on the XY plane, click on OK, and then click on close, and let's assign this sketch to the top surface. Select the top surface, then click here and click on attach sketch. From the drop down menu, click on sketch 001 and click on OK, OK, and here we are. Double click on sketch and let's create a circle. Click here, create circle by center, click here and specify this to be 10. Do the right click, click on close, and here we are. Then let's click on sketch. Then let's click here to create a pocket or the hole, and let's specify the distance to be 12 and click OK. And here we are. Now you can actually click here to see both the pinion and the gear. Good. Let's now click here to deselect the pinion and to make it invisible as well gear, and let's create the base. Next, let's create the base. Simply click here and then click on part design and click on create body. Do the right click and rename it as base. Click over here and let's continue. Next, over here, let's create a sketch. Select the base, click here and click on create sketch. Select the XY plane, click OK. Click over here to turn on the grid, and then let's create the rectangle. Click here, click on center rectangle, click on 0, 0, and then draw the rectangle whose width is, for example, 120 and whose height is 20. Click here, do the right click, click on close. Let's extrude this object. Click on the sketch, click here to extrude and specify the extrusion distance to be 10. Next, let's assign the sketch to this top face of this object. Simply click on base, then click here and click on create sketch. Select the XY plane and click on OK. Click on close, then select this top face, then click on this button and click on attach sketch and expand here and click on sketch 003 and click on OK, OK once again. Now if you double click on sketch, you will be able to sketch or to create objects at this top surface. At this top surface, we want to create two cylinders. To create these two cylinders, we need to calculate the value of S. And S is obviously R1 plus R2. And R1 and R2 are calculated according to these formulas. Over here, I created a simple Python script that for a given M, which is 2.5, and this is the value we used in our modeling, as well as for Z1 and Z2, which is 10 and 30, which is used in FreeCAD model, we can calculate R1 and R2 and S. And so let's see the values. So if I do this, and if I press F9, and if I press S, you will see that S is 50. Good. So the distance between the two circles should be 50. Let's make two circles. First of all, turn on the grid. Over here, expand, and you can click on snap to grid, snap to object. And over here, let's specify the grid spacing to be 5. Then let's find the circle. Click here and click on create circle by center and specify the circle over here to be approximately at minus 25 and specify the radius to be 10. Do the right click. Do the same thing. Again, click here, create circle by center. Over here, specify the distance or the radius to be at 25 and do 10 over here. Do the right click. To make sure that the distance between these two circles is actually 50, you can do the following. Find the option over here, dimension, and find the constraint horizontal distance. But before you can use constraint horizontal distance, click on the center over here, then press and hold Control and click on the other center, then expand here and click on constraint horizontal distance and set the horizontal distance to be 50. And now you have from this center to this center to be 50. Click on Close, and then let's extrude the sketch. Click here, and then click on Extrude, and specify the extrusion to be 12. And here we are. Perfect. Now we have our base. Do the right click, and then click on random color to assign some interesting color. Then make gear and pinion to be invisible. Click on gear, and do the same thing. Specify some random color as well as for the pinion, and specify some random color. I actually don't like the color of the gear, so I'll change that. Click on gear and specify again random color. Now this color is better and it's visible. Next, let's make all three objects invisible by clicking here, here, and here, and let's create our assembly. Let's learn how to create the assembly. Click here and click on assembly. Then you will see this button and click on it. This will create the assembly. Here is the assembly, and then click over here to insert components. Then, first of all, you need to select the base. So click on base and click on yes to ground the base, that is to fix it. You will see this locker symbol, which means that the base is fixed. It cannot move. Then click on pinion, and the pinion will appear, and move the pinion anywhere you want. I'm going to move it here. Then click on gear. Gear will appear, and move the gear wherever you want. For example, here. Good. Now we have the base, pinion, and the gear. And click on OK. Next, we need to create two revolute joints. Namely, the pinion needs to rotate around this cylinder. To learn how to do that, you need to find this option or the button, Create Revolute Joint. So click here. Then make sure that you click on this top circle. You will see it appears over here, and click over here on this top circle, and voila. Now if you try to rotate the pinion around the base, it will be able to rotate. Good. Let's click on OK, and let's continue further. Let's repeat the same step for the gear. Again, click here, then click on this circle, and then click on this circle, and here you are. Perfect. And click on OK. Now we have two revolute joints, this one and this one. However, there is an issue. We can see that the rotational motion is not being transferred from one gear to another. To fix this, let's first rotate the pinion such that the two objects don't intersect. So let's say somehow like this. Let's rotate a little bit more. Here they are. Good. Now, as the final step, we need to create the gear assembly. To do that, we need to click on Create Gears Joint. However, before you do that, make sure that you, first of all, click on Pinion, then press and hold Control, click on Gear, and then finally click over here and click on Create Gear Joints. And you can see that automatically Pinion and Gear are added to this menu. However, we need to adjust radius 1 and radius 2. These are actually the pitch radiuses. If we go back to my Python simulation or Python script, here is how R1 is computed and here is how R2 is computed. So let's press F9 and let's see what is R1. R1 is 12.5. Let me copy this and I'll paste it over here, 12.5, and make sure it's millimeters. And over here, let's see what is R2. R2 is 37.5. So let me copy this and I will place it over here. 37.5, and let's click OK. And here we are. Now, if I try to rotate the pinion, you'll see that the rotational motion will be transferred, and this is the same for the gear. And that's it. Okay, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.